Never mind what your parents told you. Disregard what your friends say. From now on, the only people you need to listen to are these guys. For the next several minutes, they'll take you on a journey through the political jungle. When your journey is over and you're safe at home, they promise you'll be stronger, smarter, and just plain better. So buckle up, hang on to your ears, because your journey starts now.
You're listening to the Odd Show with Nate and Brian. Shiver me timbers.
That was in honor of Speak Like a Pirate Day yesterday.
Yeah, that's not today. No. Today's not Speak Like a Pirate Day. Arr, ahoy, matey.
And you have 8 billion pirate jokes. It hits the interwebs.
Yeah.
Well, you're listening to that Odd Show, so welcome. I'm Brian.
That's Naughty Nate.
I'm Nate.
Naughty Nate, the nasty pirate.
Did you get my messages yet that I sent you?
Nothing. I've got you blocked.
It's got to be what it is.
So today is, I can't hear myself. Why am I kind of hearing any feedback? I don't hear that's a little better. Today is Thursday, September 20th.
Super loud in mine.
Can you believe that?
We need to fix this.
2018. We're in the Freedom Studios on the 15th floor of the Patriot Towers in Liberty City. I don't care where we're at, Nate. All right, so let's move on.
Alberta, Canada.
We're not. We could be there. We got this week's trivia question coming up a little later.
You want to do that now?
No, I like to go into the break. It gives people we get all of our listeners, all 4 of them, they get a chance to guess, and that really makes their week.
It really does.
They don't have much to live for, in life. Obviously, they're listening to our show. So this is one of the things that they get to look for.
I appreciate it anyway. I don't know about you.
I don't care so much.
Kind of ungrateful,
and
it's fine.
So we have that. So talk like a pirate. Yep. Do you know that people have found a correlation between the decrease in pirates on the high sea and the increase of global temperatures?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because as the pirates went down, the temperature went up. So what we need is more pirates.
More pirates to lower the temperatures.
Because everyone knows that correlation is causation.
I thought about becoming a pirate.
Yeah. You get seasick.
I was going to switch majors, but I decided not to. Yeah, I was going to go into piracy.
You know, I was going to be a pirate too, but I signed with the Tigers. Pittsburgh Pirates are a baseball team.
What's baseball?
They're in the National League. Everybody knows the National League stinks. Thank you. Screw yourselves. All right.
Jeez.
I have dreams that I'm in Comerica Park.
Okay.
And I'm on the field, and I'm
eating
player.
A hot dog.
No,
go Tigers.
I'm streaking, and I look down, and I don't have any pants on because I'm streaking.
It's a terrible dream. I'm in the dream rooting for the Pirates.
It's horrible. No, it's a wonderful dream. I just love it, and I mean, it's like,
What position are you playing?
I usually it doesn't really get down to that.
Oh, all right. You're just there.
First base.
You just have that feeling that you're.
I'm in the dugout sometimes. Sometimes I might be walking up to bat. I never really finish like an inning in my dream.
Being tackled by security.
But I'm asked to leave again, Mr. Jeffs. We don't care if you got the home team uniform on. You got to leave the stadium. That's a good thing. And then you ever have the dream? Now you went to college. You're a college boy, and
I didn't finish.
I know,
but I went.
But and I guess you don't have to be a college boy because you can have test anxiety at any point. But do you ever have that dream where you're like sitting down to take a test and you haven't studied for it? You don't even know what class it is.
It wasn't a dream.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have that dream.
You think so?
Yeah, it's an anxiety dream.
Okay,
test taking.
I don't think I've ever had that dream.
Really? Oh,
or the anxiety.
I have repeated. My wife's the same thing. She goes, I never had that dream. I never was anxious about tests at all.
No,
I always.
I mean, what's the point of being anxious about anything? It
I didn't want to
do any good.
I don't like to fail.
It used to. I mean, anxiety
it's
used to maybe keep you alive, but it's just not the case anymore.
Oh, I think it still can. Yeah, because I mean, it's going to keep you alive, or you should be anxious, because the end of the show is iffy.
Oh, the show will end.
I know, and you might too. That's my point. So I'm in this dream, and I'm sitting down, and I'm looking at it, and it's like a foreign language, and there's like symbols, and I don't even know what subject it is, and I'm like,
Chinese.
oh my goodness, this is just like the dreams I had. In my dream, I'm saying that. So it's not really what you call a what's the type of dream? Lucid dream. Lucid dream.
It's very meta.
But it's meta.
Yeah.
Very meta.
Yeah,
and
I know.
Maybe that's what the test was about.
So here's every once in a while there's a glitch in the simulation.
Yeah, I know.
Or that's a feature of the simulation.
Can it be both?
Yes. In some simulation, it's both.
I'm on the side of it's both, as opposed to not both.
Fine. I think maybe you're a glitch in the simulation.
Oh, I've been called worse things than a glitch. All right, let's talk a little bit about Kavanaugh.
Ah, geez, you want to talk about the hurricane? I hope everyone's safe.
Yeah, there were some deaths.
Did you see that?
A lot of livestock and pets died.
A lot of sheep survived or horses. I mean,
wild horses.
Sheep,
wild horses. You know why? You see my joke on Facebook?
No.
You know why all the wild horses survived in North Carolina? Because they weren't asses.
Trump visited the Carolinas.
Yeah.
Passed out food and hugged people.
Did he ride a wild horse?
No, he didn't. That would have been Putin. Might have. Trump wouldn't.
Putin would ride a wild bear or a Ritz cracker. And he'd be putting on the Ritz.
All right, let's talk about Kavanaugh.
Okay, that's what I wanted to do, but you got me going.
All right, I just wanted to get done with the hurricane.
Yeah, our condolences to everybody. We had a toad strangler this morning and at noontime. Man, we got a lot of rain.
It was a lot
in our neck of the woods.
It was, and I had to go out in it.
Some people are saying 3 inches within an hour or so. That's a lot of rain for us.
I believe it. It was really raining. I had to walk through some puddles.
I had a little leaky in my roofie.
Did you?
In my ceiling, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Did you plug it?
No, I didn't. I let the otters come in and go out. I don't care. They're cute.
It stopped leaking when the rain stopped.
When the rain stopped, which is most of the time, it doesn't leak. And I'm happy. It's like the window that's broken.
The rain must cause the leak.
I'm not sure there's a correlation. It could be.
Oh, there's for sure a correlation.
I mean, a causation. That's correlation, but not a causation.
It's a callback to your first.
I know what it was, and I missed it. Have you heard the latest on the accuser and some of her?
The latest? Yes, she has agreed to testify.
Did she?
She did.
I didn't hear that. Now, that's stupid.
If her and the committee can come to terms that are agreeable and to keep her safe.
Okay.
Well, because she's getting death threats, which is the reason she can't.
And so is Kavanaugh, I'm sure. So what I'm saying is that I think there's something to it. Did you see the article on the guy on the yearbooks?
Something to what?
I think it's fishy. I don't think it happened.
With Brett Kavanaugh.
It may have happened with somebody.
It might have.
But it seems fishy. Also,
really? You're going that route.
Oh, absolutely.
The fishy route.
The fishy route. I'm using the fishy defense.
Brian is... You're leading the war on women here, Brian.
It's the salmon defense.
I didn't think you would be on.
Did you
on that
see?
side.
Now I don't know what the veracity of the article was, but the yearbook article was pretty damning.
Oh, from joesmoke42.blogspot.com.
Yeah, I mean, if you can't count on Smoke Joe Smoke, you can't count on anybody.
I know. Yes, I did see it. I think it was probably real.
A preppy upper middle class white, all girls school.
Sure.
Drinking and whoring around. And
I mean, that's
raping and molesting freshman boys.
And that's what was in the yearbook.
And that was in the yearbook.
Which is interesting. Like, we like to party when the parents are gone. And
look at those
party.
Drunk. Look at the look at those.
Yeah.
A couple of people that said that they were witnesses have retracted that and saying, well, we didn't maybe see anything.
Well, the one woman, yeah, she said, I know for sure. She told me that it was Brett Kavanaugh when we were in school, and it happened. And then she did some interviews with media, and then immediately said, I'm not doing any more interviews, and I don't know if the incident actually happened or not.
Well, and
What?
And according to, I don't know how they got the psychiatrist's notes, but apparently there's some psychiatrist that was claiming that the accuser, Jones, actually said she never told anybody about it and who it was.
Which is why it's weird that people in the school are saying that she
it
told
was him.
them.
And they didn't go to that same school. They went to competing schools. And they were aware of each other, I guess. The schools, I mean. Same upper class, preppy schools.
Here's the tough question. I don't actually think it's it is tough that people aren't talking about. It was 36 years ago, first of all, and second of all, he and she were both minors in high school. If it had happened, absolutely horrible.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have done it. Something I wish would have happened back then when he did it. But at this point, when he's 50-some years old,
with an apparently clean record,
does it really reflect on his character or how he'll be on the Supreme Court?
We're all very different people than we were when we were 17. Right? We all did stupid stuff. That's part of being a teenager.
It doesn't excuse it if it happened at all.
And that's another reason why a lot of time your criminal record is expunged when you turn 18, because they know kids do stupid things.
Because we realize until you're 25 or something, your brain hasn't even fully developed.
Right. Yep. About 25.
I know science.
Bill Science. He's down the street from you.
Yes.
He's got the weird thing on his roof.
Yeah, I don't know what that is yet.
I don't know either, but it shoots
gives
light.
Me a headache every time I walk past there. It's weird.
You notice how his kids, they all glow? I don't know what
did. They're very radiant.
Your kids are looking radiant this week. Thanks.
It was, I can't remember his wife's name.
Marie.
Marie.
Madam Curie. Marie.
Funny. Radiant.
But on the other hand, Keith Ellison, who we have documented cases of abuse, physical abuse as an adult, it's pretty silent.
Yeah.
They're not going after him because Democrats can do no wrong when it comes to sexual infidelities and transgressions and what would you call them?
I think
just rape,
transgression. Yeah. This is the weird thing. I think the Republicans are handling it correctly, right? Like Trump has been nice, which is very out of character, and said, "Yeah, let her come talk."
Which is suspicious. Maybe he was a serial raper all through high school and college.
I think part of it is the Republicans know she won't, or they either are pretty sure she won't, or they're pretty sure it's not true.
Yeah.
But either way, they're saying, "Come on!" They're giving her every opportunity.
Let's do this. Yeah.
Grassley said we'll do it Monday, and they're saying we need more time to prepare. I don't know what.
Yeah. It's her testimony. Did this happen? How did it happen?
She wrote a letter months ago, so she knew about it. She took a polygraph test, so she answered questions
given by her attorney.
Of course. She passed, surprisingly.
Strange.
She wrote down all of the events. She's been living it for how many weeks now? Yeah. What does she have to prepare for?
I don't think it's her. I think the Democrats are looking for more dirt on Kavanaugh to add or have a surprise.
Well, Rush Limbaugh.
Here's your freeze-dried puppy dog when you were 5 that you kicked once, and look at the sad look on its face.
They do it to everybody. They did it to Romney. Remember, he beat up a kid in high school, supposedly.
Oh, bully, yeah,
whatever. Rush Limbaugh either played a clip or mentioned a reporter saying, "Don't be surprised if a couple more women come out with allegations against him." And I think that's kind of a heads up, like, hey, there's something. I don't know if it's true or real or not, but I think it might happen. She's going to fall apart, and then all of a sudden all these other ones come out, and then the Democrats are saying we have to investigate them before we can vote.
Right. Install it.
And, yeah, I think it's going to come down to a point, though, where the Republicans are going to have to make a decision to just have the vote. And then that's going to be all sorts of crap.
Hell, you know.
People are going to kill trees to make signs that say, oh, the Republicans war on women and all that. It's going to be terrible. Terrible. What? What do you want?
Remember, speaking of hurricane, remember what last week or the week before we talked about the study that came out and said there was over 3,000 people died as a result of the hurricane in Puerto Rico last year?
I do remember that, and Trump said that's not true, liars.
That's not true. Now, Puerto Rico's official figures as of December 2017 of that year, 64 deaths were attributed. Most, I think they said, were drowning. Causes of death were drowning.
Mm-hmm. Did you hear about the... Did you, in one of the Carolinas, Hurricane Florence, did you hear about the mental patients that were being transported?
Oh.
I mean, that's horrible. They're being transported by the sheriff's department or something, so they were restrained in the back, and the van got swept away or whatever, and they couldn't get them out. Like, ugh.
And they died?
Nasty, yeah.
Oh, my God. I didn't hear that.
The officers made it out.
God.
But they weren't in straitjackets in the
back
of the van. Mm-hmm. Ugh. It's terrible.
So anyways, God, who came out with this? Some group came out, and they looked at a lot of different studies.
Who came out with what? This is the Cato Institute.
Oh, that's Cato,
which is a super right-wing.
Yeah, to be fair.
Trump hating, kind of. Like, I think they're libertarian, right?
Pretty libertarian.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very conservative.
What's your point?
Well, they're saying that all of the studies that they looked at that used better data points on describing deaths, they all clustered around 1,000 people. So they're willing to say that, maybe 1,000 or so people died as a result of losing power and having their dialysis machine go off, or there was some suicides or heart attacks caused by panic and stuff like that.
Right.
It's hard. Infectious diseases, maybe they got some cholera or something from bad water. But they all sort of were around 1,000. So that's probably closer, not 3,000 or more. Mm-hmm. I just wanted to throw that out there.
So Trump was right, probably?
Well, I think so. He was saying 64 and sticking with that number, I thought.
Well, he said it didn't go up that much since then.
Yeah.
But
well, from 64 to 1,000, that's quite a bit, but it's not 3,000.
I still have a bit of an issue.
So the meme that Trump killed more people in Puerto Rico than 9/11 did is not true. I've seen that meme.
Why do you think 3,000 was the number? Because you could tie it to that so easily. I mean, that's what it was about, and it came out around that same time.
I thought it was Spartans by 10.
I know that's what you thought,
but
300? That's not true.
Okay. Well, we'll get to your favorite story.
I am Spartacus. Which one? There was something else I wanted to say. But
okay, go ahead.
I don't remember what it was now.
Dana Zim, your friend.
Dana or Dan? Dan, eh?
Is they Canadian? Damn it.
That's
See?
very insensitive. It's so hard.
It is hard.
So this
and most of those people that are gender neutral, they get it the first few times. But if you continue to do it, it makes them more pissed off.
Yeah. So the Dana Zim created a lawsuit against the Trump administration for their policy on passport, choosing a gender on the passport, and the court ruled in their favor.
Whose favor?
Theirs.
Who?
They.
Trump's?
They.
They?
No.
Dana? Them?
So here's the thing. The passport application, I think as it is now, you have to choose a gender, male, female. If you don't, you aren't issued a passport.
Right.
And
but I don't think that's Trump's administration policy.
And if you lie
it's a felony.
On the application, it's a felony.
Sure.
It's being reported as the Trump passport administration, or as their policy. But here's the thing. This same person, they sued the Obama administration for the same thing. And I think they won then, too. So I don't know what they're doing. They're like every new administration,
I think it's a State Department rule or some federal rule.
But either way, it's not Trump's. I don't even know if it was Obama's.
It's not even the president's
it's
prerogative.
Executive. Sure it is.
I don't think so.
Is it? If it's not if it's not law, then it is.
I bet it's law.
I don't know if it is.
For passports, I bet it's a law. Look it up.
Well, this person keeps suing and keeps winning and being issued a passport.
Oh, yeah, but, that's the liberal
But I'm wondering.
courts.
No, whatever. I don't. Passports.
Whatever.
Do you want to? Do you want to debate whether passports are a thing that should be I mean, it's weird, but what I'm saying is they must be really narrow decisions because they're not striking the whole thing as unconstitutional. Right. Why does this person have to keep suing?
Yeah, I don't know.
And how many passports are they getting?
I think it's like a concealed pistol license and reciprocity. Now, passports. We could, as a country, say no one needs a passport to come into our country. But there's a lot of countries out there that require a passport, so our government should issue them for people that want to travel into those countries that require passports.
What's your point?
Well, you were going to argue whether we need passports or not. You wanted freedom of travel and all that crap.
Yeah, whether they should be required.
Yeah, I know, and I'm saying we could. We could. What I'm saying, we couldn't get rid of passports. I guess that's my point.
Sure, we could.
No, we couldn't.
We could. Well, I mean, you're
because then you're
very narrow-minded, and you're thinking only the U.S. I mean, I think the world.
We live in a world with other countries.
Yeah, they could get rid of the requirements,
but they're not gonna.
But they could.
Yeah, and they could. We could go to constitutional carry all over the states as well.
No, we couldn't.
Yeah, we could.
Tried.
No, we could. So shut up. So what I'm saying is,
Wrong.
they can't not issue them because that would impede. That would impede citizens' abilities to travel in other countries. You love those things.
Yeah, they're great. It
was the best $12 I ever spent. Hey, thank you.
$12.
That's for Dana.
$15.99 shipping.
Them loves a whistle. I bet them would hate it. Or they. Are we done with that?
I wonder if that's what
I bet Dana got some money.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think
she's doing.
I think.
God dang it! They are doing it. I know it's tough. They are doing it to make a point.
Here's the thing: it's kind of humorous how difficult it is, but it actually is difficult. And I don't think it says anything about us as much as it says about the ridiculous notion that every single person should have their own pronouns that they like.
Right, and when you've been doing something for 5,000 years, it's tough to break that habit. I mean, I'm old. I'm not 5,000.
No, but you've been doing it for a good 3,000.
At least 6 decades.
Yeah. All right, let's move on.
This is also your story about Amazon. You love Amazon, and you love Balzer there, whatever his name is.
I love Balzer.
Isn't that his name?
Jeff Bezos.
Isn't that something you put like on turkey?
Yeah.
It's a seasoning. Some Bezos sauce.
Sounds delicious.
It does, actually. I'm going to go home and make some. I just need to cut up some Bezos. Chop them up real fine.
Just to invite them. So I was excited when I saw this because I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Amazon has a couple stores. They're Amazon to go. So they're little retail stores where you can go in and buy Amazon products. You know, things that Amazon carries.
Yeah.
They're planning by
kind of like a store,
like a little store where you
that
can
sells
go in
products, and you go in and you buy stuff physically. Walk in.
Yeah,
use cash if you want.
It's a store
that sells products
in there, and you can go in there and you can buy the products.
Right.
I don't know if you can use cash actually. That's a good question. I honestly don't know. But anyway, by the year,
have automatic checkout machines, right? They take cash.
By the year 2021, Amazon plans to open as many as 3,000 stores in the United States.
They're like the Walmart.
I think in the United States.
The Walmart of the future.
Yeah. Well, they are. And that's what people are complaining. This is what I don't understand. Like, this is great. Business is expanding.
Business is a booming.
There's going to be more availability of products that you like to get on Amazon.
Sure. Faster.
Faster. You can go get them right away. They'll probably deliver because they already do that in some areas. But somehow what the reports I'm seeing is Amazon's leading to the loss of people's cashier jobs.
No,
because their stores have no cashiers. It's all automatic
checkout,
self-checkout, right?
Yeah. Which a lot of stores are doing now.
Is great. But the thing is what they're saying is Amazon is so good at this that they're going to put 7-Eleven out of business.
Are they a direct competitor?
Yeah, they will be because it's like a convenience store.
Really? Is that what they're going to be?
Well, I think they're starting it with just.
I can go in there and buy a 6-pack of beer and some cough syrup.
I think for now it's either the existing ones already do or the new ones are just prepared foods and things. So, yeah, I mean, it's a convenience store. I don't know if you can get beer there. But the point is, you can't say that it's a negative that Amazon's going to do so damn good with their business that other businesses are going to have to lay off cashiers. Like, that's ridiculous. That's not Amazon's fault. Maybe 7-Eleven should step up their game a little bit.
And figure out automatic cashiers?
Yes, and then fire their cashiers for their own reasons, not because of Amazon.
Yeah.
I think it's great. I can't wait. I went to McDonald's in the UP, actually, believe it or not. They have technology in the UP. I don't know if you knew that, the Upper Peninsula of Michigan.
Well, yeah, it was, but you got to move the dinosaurs out of the way up there.
Yeah, well, that was the problem. There were a lot of them in line.
Right.
So I used the little kiosk at McDonald's to order coffee, and I got to basically skip the line. I got my coffee, and all these youpers were just standing there waiting.
And a few dinosaurs.
And I was like, drinking my coffee. It was delicious.
Were you pointing at them and laughing then?
No, I didn't. I'd left.
No, because they'll kill you.
Yeah.
They'll kill you.
It was weird. There. Nobody was using the things up there. Like, nobody. There was a huge line.
It's the UP.
Nobody. I know. They were like, what is this? What is this?
They just got McDonald's 4 years ago.
What is this picture machine?
We have listeners in the UP. They're going to hate us.
I know.
We love the UP. Actually, it's beautiful.
Oh, I will say I went back to the UP a couple weeks after that and got a pasty. So, I guess that's redeeming.
Somewhat.
And actually talk to a human.
Did you get some smoked fish?
No.
If you go to the UP and you don't get a pasty and some smoked fish, then why the hell do you go to the UP?
The only reason was to drive across the bridge. If the Mackinac Bridge had led anywhere else, that's where I would have gone.
That was your bucket list experience for the family?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Were you like scoping out a spot you could stop and then throw them over the bridge?
No.
Oh, really?
No.
That's not what
Why would I do that? But I did
that's
go with.
Not what you were saying.
I did go with Nicho.
Oh, that would have been a candidate.
No, of course not.
No, Nicho's a good guy.
Yeah.
I talked. When I was at I'm going to plug a store, Bob Evans, and I go. You can send us gift cards.
It's a heavy hitter. I mean,
and I go there for breakfast on Saturdays quite often by myself because nobody likes me, and I get my same.
You never invite me.
All the time I invite
Every
you.
Saturday.
Every Saturday. Hey, I'm going to be down there about 10:30. Why don't you come hang out? Well, I got to wash my hair. And so I have my vegetarian omelet, which they've added goat cheese to now, which is very nice, and hash browns and whole wheat toast and coffee. And so I asked the waitress there, who was a very nice lady, a good waitress, and probably, I would say, mid-30s. And I asked her, I said, what do you think about a $15 minimum wage for servers? And she said, well, she goes, I don't know. And I thought she would snap on it like, yes, absolutely. But she actually had some thought, and she said something that I hadn't thought of before. But anyways, she says, well, I go, that's about $30,000 a year. Do you make that? She goes, yeah, I mean, I make around there. Sometimes less, more. She said it would be nice to be consistent. If you have a slow day, you don't make as much, you're making 15. I said, yeah, but you're paying more taxes because not all waitresses, I know, not her, of course, don't report.
Yeah, nobody at Bob Evans.
Well, any waitress, none of them do not declare all of their tips and pay taxes on them.
Right.
They couldn't do that anymore because they wouldn't get tips. It would all be manufactured. She goes, well, that's true. But she did say what it would be nice is getting credit cards and loans because banks don't like to loan money to waitresses because they don't have a consistent, steady income. And so there's some prejudice against that in her ability to get credit. And I hadn't thought of that. That's actually, I think, a valid point. Not that you need credit. You shouldn't get credit. I get it. But
so it's good.
Everybody wants credit.
It's good. She can't get a credit card. Right. That's actually a good thing.
Or a loan on a home or other things.
Yeah.
So that was a point I hadn't thought about. But so she was like, I don't know. I'd have to give it more thought. So I thought it was a good conversation, and she was very forthright.
Wow. Well, it's
that.
break time.
It is, really?
Let's just keep the energy level up and do the
Where's the cricket?
Question of the day.
It's not well, it is a question. It's a trivia question of the day.
What's a good sound?
Oh, it's...
No, that's for the answer.
Oh, that's right. It wasn't at rehearsal.
I have these.
I know it.
You just sit over there and be quiet.
Right. And I was not at rehearsal. All right, so I'm going to this one's going to be a confusing question. I'm going to try to...
But it's an easy one.
It's not easy.
Oh, wow.
I don't think it's easy.
Wow.
And there's extra credit. So the question is, you will be graded. How many presidents have served in a 1-year time frame? So within the span of a year, how many different presidents have there been within a span of 1 year? It's a good question, isn't it?
No.
Oh, really?
Are you asking what's the most presidents that have ever served within the same year?
Yes.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be the same year per se, not January to, but within 12 months.
Okay.
Within a 12-month period, how many presidents have been president?
What's the maximum number of presidents in any
45
in any 12-year period?
40
or a 12-month period, I mean.
No, how many have served?
When?
I can't tell you
right,
when.
It is a confusing question because...
So the question is, in this particular year, there were so many people that were president within so many in 12 months.
I think.
Do you understand it? Because if you don't understand it, then no one does. So
we already have a guess, and it is the right answer. But what you're trying to ask is, what is the maximum number of presidents that have served in any 12-month period? Because every 12 months, there's at least one.
Right, there'd be a minimum of one.
Yeah, what's the maximum that have ever
served within a year's time?
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
I know. I got you.
So it'd be up to 45? Are we up to 45
we'll be right
presidents?
Back. Lock it in. And rip the knob off. Red State Talk Radio.
My Parents Open Carry, a pro-gun kids book from White Feather Press. 13-year-old Brenna and her parents spend their day in typical fashion. But what's not so typical is that Brenna's parents lawfully open carry handguns for self-defense. And the Strongs join a growing number of families who are standing up for their Second Amendment right and bringing gun ownership out of the closet. Order your copy of this unique kids book at myparentsopencarry.com.
It's a bumpy ride through the political jungle with Nate and Brian.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 877-219-8770 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 877-219-8770 to take your call now. Call 877-219-8770. That's 877-219-8770. Again, 877-219-8770.
Whenever I'm feeling a little down under, I can always count on Nate and Brian for their interesting perspective on topics important to freedom and civil rights by listening to the At Odds Show. Nate and Brian cover important topics with insight, intelligence, and of course humor. I can always expect a laugh or two. So if you want to be informed and have a great time, give these guys a listen.
At odds.
The At Odds Show with the greatest political talk show hosts in history, Nate and Brian. And it's sad that they actually believe that. So give a listen because the delusional need love too.
Are you looking for some way cool t-shirts? Check out ChugDug.com. They have hundreds of crazy fun t-shirts like gun, patriotic, and you better believe zombie shirts. At ChugDug.com, you'll find quality shirts at a quality price. All shirts start at just $10 with free shipping over $50. Mention Radio 1 coupon code at checkout and grab a cool 10% off. That's ChugDug.com. T-shirts with attitude.
Do you need a car? Been shopping only to be turned down because of bad credit, low credit, no credit, bankruptcy, or divorce? Guess what? Today's your lucky day because now you can buy a car, truck, or SUV, just about any vehicle. It's true. Bad credit doesn't matter. No credit doesn't matter. Bankruptcy or divorce, it just doesn't matter. As a matter of fact, your job is your ticket to your new vehicle. We're Auto Credit Express, and we've helped thousands of people just like you. Antonio H. told us, great company, got me connected, and the day I went in, I drove off in the car I wanted. 100% worth your time. Need a car? Get started now and drive off as early as today. Just go to 10ignoremyscore.com right now. That's www.10ignoremyscore.com. Auto financing the easy way. 10ignoremyscore.com. Get started today. Auto financing the easy way.
Hi, I'm Brian.
And I'm Nate.
If you like the At Odds Show,
And we know you do.
why not order your very own At Odds t-shirt sizes small to 6XL in a cool black color?
So support our show. Check out the great prices at chugdug.com or head over to our website, atoddshow.com, and click the link.
And, unlike listening to our show, you won't be disappointed.
Catch me outside. How about that?
How about that? You catch me outside.
I'm Nate. That's Brian. This is the At Odds Show. We're in Alberta, Kansas.
Maybe I should have the mic next to
Canada,
me.
Alberta, Canada,
Kansas,
Alberta, Canada.
Alberta. We're in Alberta, Canada, Kansas. It's a small town.
It's very
next
small.
South of Pierre.
It's hard to find, so don't go looking for it. Okay, what was the question?
All right, so it was very confusing, but within any given year, 12 months, how many presidents were president during a one-year
What's the most
time
number
frame?
of presidents that were ever? Okay. We had several guesses.
Yeah.
1.
That's a good guess.
2.
Definitely 1.
3.
2 would be good.
4. 5. And the answer was
3.
3.
Now, for extra
3
point,
presidents for extra credit.
name them.
Yeah, we didn't have any guesses on that.
Okay. I will tell you, but I will tell you for extra points.
Hold on. Let me see. Kennedy.
No.
Oh.
Not even the right century.
Gerald Ford.
Not even the right century.
Oh, wow. James Madison.
Not even the right century.
Wow. Well, that only leaves one more century.
Right. No, 2 more.
No.
17th,
Well, yeah,
18th,
but there
19th, and 20th.
Okay, yeah, sure. But it obviously hasn't been in the 21st century.
All right, well, this ties in.
Let's see. I can guess a couple of them because we talked about it during the break.
I actually told you them.
You did. You did. Okay, go for it.
It actually blends into this day in history, which was on this day in history in 1881, Chester Arthur is inaugurated, becoming the 3rd person to serve as president in that year.
Wow.
Started with Rutherford B. Hayes, who died in office after like 70 days or something. James Garfield, who was actually kind of a decent president, was, of course, assassinated.
Decent based on his couple months?
He was a little longer than that, but, well, it could have been more
than a
than
year.
Yeah. I kind of like James Garfield. And then then Chester Arthur. Now,
somebody didn't like him.
Right. So President Hayes said Arthur's administration was best known for liquor, snobbery, and worse.
Well, that's how you know he's a good president.
Right. I love the guy. And he only served one term because of apparently the snobbery. But what's amazing, and for extra credit, this isn't the first time. There has been one other point in one other year in American history where there were 3 presidents.
Wow. You held up 4.
In 1841, there was Martin Van Buren, William Henry Harrison, and John Tyler, all held office the same year.
Wow. What happened to Harrison?
I think he ran off with Tyler.
Well, no, Tyler was last, wasn't he?
Yeah, but afterwards.
Oh, I got you.
They became lovers, and he was the first one.
Well, that was cool. Let's move on.
All right. Was it cool? Was it really cool?
No.
I love fur. You know what I love? I love fur coats. I have a lot of animal furs hanging in my house. I have Arctic fox, gray fox, red fox. I've got a ermine. I've got raccoon, muskrat, bobcat. I've got a coyote. I've got deer. I've got beaver. Yeah. I've got fisher. I've got some other things.
Yeah, well, I think we're talking about...
I love what?
We're talking about fur coats.
Oh, I love coats. I have a mink coat. I have a rabbit coat. I have a coyote coat. I have a sheep skin coat. How many other kind of coats are there?
You mean like that you wear as a mask? I don't know. I don't understand. Oh. Do you know every fur coat takes 3 trees? Every fur coat that's made, you have to kill 3 trees.
I didn't know that.
Just for the protest signs.
I would believe that. I would believe that if it was beavers.
That's a good... that's funny. That was
funnier than yours.
No, mine was hilarious. It was a classic Emo Phillips joke.
It was lacking.
Come on. It was not lacking. Nothing Emo Phillips does is lacking.
He's great, isn't he?
I
love him.
Real funny.
He is brilliant in his humor.
Well,
do yourself a favor. Go out there on YouTube and Emo Phillips, especially his early work. Just do it.
Because his delivery and
it's
his
just
speech
so,
in that is not real.
No, it's
an act. And
it's
he's
an act.
Good at it.
But his jokes are weird and funny.
Well, but his delivery and
that makes it too.
Is
his
what
acting.
makes it funny.
Yeah, I agree.
Anyway,
I love it.
Los Angeles, bastion of freedom out there on the West Coast.
What's happening?
They made a move. They unanimously, from what I know, passed a motion to draft legislation to ban sales of new fur items, like new fur coats, purses, boots with fur on them.
Tell me they're not
the city.
Tell me they're not banning muffs.
All of them.
No more muff.
New ones.
Oh, I can have some old muff.
You can sell old ones. New ones. And there will be, some like exceptions probably.
Well, if you, they use sheepskins like in hospitals for bed sores and for patients that can't move on their beds.
So there will be some medical
There'd have
exceptions.
to be. Yeah.
They're worried about.
What about fluff bunny bun?
Yeah, they're worried about that.
I like fluff bunny bun.
Yep.
Well, this is absolutely stupid. I read some of the article, and the people are like, "Oh, this is such a wonderful thing for humanity and for the world, and we're trying to bring this city into the future." And now it's not an argument, but humans have been using furs for I don't know how long, at least 50 years, 60 years, maybe longer. I don't know. I'm not a smart man. Now you can use that soundbite too.
Millions of animals are killed in the fur industry every year.
That's great.
We're just slowly chipping away.
Millions are killed every year.
This progress.
To put food in my belly too.
But
are they skinning them alive? That I would frown on. Maybe they are. I don't know.
The council directed the city attorney Mike Furrier.
Furrier.
Yeah, that's.
Huh. His great ancestor was a mountain man.
They directed they to consider how fur apparel is used by religious organizations It may include possible exemptions. Furr was also directed to determine potential conflicts with federal and state laws relating to the sale of fur products made from legally trapped animals.
Yeah, I see this being challenged all over the place.
Oh, you think?
I think so.
But it's something that we shouldn't be surprised seeing.
No, not out of L.A.
On the
no,
bastion
not
of freedom on
Southern
the West
California.
Coast.
Not at all. Actually, I'm surprised it's taken so long.
Yeah, me too. The fur industry worldwide has been valued at more than $40 billion.
Oh, it's a big industry. And, one of the leaders is Russia. Russia buys a lot of fur.
I'm not sure if we can trust this news article anymore. Maybe you can explain this to me. The trade employs more than $1 million workers globally.
What
$1 million workers globally.
You mean a value of $1 million to workers worldwide?
I'm sure that's not true.
You think it's less?
No, way more than $1 million. What do you mean, workers? I mean, think about it. Average salary in the U.S. is around $50,000. It only takes 20 workers to be $1 million.
There's nobody in the U.S. that does fur work.
Oh, that's true. Well, that might be a good point.
Jeez.
$1 million
worldwide.
That's about 500,000 workers.
Yeah.
No, I think they mean 1 million workers, not $1 million worth of workers. It's the Blaze. You can't trust them.
I believe there's $1 million in the fur of 1 million people working in the fur trade. Easily.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, of course.
From trappers to processors to tanners to clothiers and everything else. Salespeople.
Guards.
Yeah. Furriers that actually carry the furs, like Mr. Furrier.
City attorneys, Mike Furrier.
Yeah. I was not surprised to hear this next news.
That Pampers is removing the gender biased
in their diapers?
images on their diapers.
Well, I think that's a good thing.
I
think they should just put dinosaurs. I like dinosaurs.
I don't think it's a good thing.
Why?
I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing. I think it's ridiculous.
Why?
Like, they can do whatever they want, but people like to put little girl diapers on their little girl and little boy diapers on their little boys, and if they want to do that, that's fine. If you want to put gender-neutral diapers on your baby, you can buy them.
That'd be a third product line.
It would.
Why wouldn't they just do that? Stupid.
Why wouldn't they? I think it's because they found out that Bert and Ernie are gay. Listen, it's two men that slept in the same bed and argued all the time.
Sounds like marriage. Yeah, it was a former writer for Sesame Street in an interview. He was gay, and he said that he wrote a lot of the scripts for Bert and Ernie segments and based it on sort of his own relationship with his partner.
Next, you're going to tell me that Big Bird is a boy.
They is. So anyways, that was his take. That's how he wrote it. Well, big news, shocker. Sesame Workshop, who owns Bert and Ernie.
Well, what do they know?
They about blew a gasket, and they said, whoa, wait a minute. No. Bert and Ernie are just best friends. And being that their puppet have no sexual orientation.
Which is reality.
True. Cloth doesn't have a sexual orientation.
Well, hold on. I don't know who you are to say that, but just check your privilege a little bit. You aren't Cloth. You don't know their life.
Well, I could see Plaid being kind of questionable. But I say poppycock on puppets not having any sexual orientation. How do they explain?
Wasn't that one of the early Muppets?
Poppycock?
Yeah,
I
think it was.
Little guy. Pink head.
So
how do they explain Kermit and Miss Piggy, who had a hot, sexually charged relationship, especially on Miss Piggy?
Well, yeah, I was going to say Kermit wasn't into it.
He wasn't into it. He was probably asexual. But Miss Piggy was a horny little pig Don't tell me that wasn't sexual at all. You can't say they were best friends because it was implied that she wanted much, much more than that. And I don't know about all the Muppet movies, but did they ever get married or anything? I mean,
I don't know if they ever got married.
Some marriages are sexless.
I'm not an expert,
but so that's a crap excuse. The puppets don't have any sexual orientation.
I don't think it matters.
That's
that
true.
much,
Puppets don't, but the characters that are being portrayed by the puppets have sexual orientations and sexual desires, and they can have. Those can be portrayed and acted upon.
100% of it is fiction. So
why are we talking about it?
Yeah,
right.
It doesn't. It's weird.
We don't have much time. So we can do a real. Anderson Cooper was not mad. Everybody saw the memes, the CNN meme where he was standing in chest-high water from several years ago about some.
I did see that.
Flood.
He was in chest-high water. His camera crew wasn't.
It was about barely over their shoes.
Weird.
Yeah. So these are your quote news people, journalists. Come on. So he was really upset.
Well, I mean, the thing is, what came out, I think, kind of before his was the reporter that could barely stand up, like, oh, it's so windy, and then two people just walk like in the
casually in the back,
and he's like, okay.
But he was just really upset by this,
He seemed to be. He spent 15 minutes ranting about it. Holy cow!
Screw you, Anderson. All right.
Okay. Well, hold on. You're glossing over the fact that he completely lied.
Right.
Because what happened? Donald Trump Jr. tweeted it first.
Oh, that's
put
right.
The picture
out.
out.
That.
Completely lied and said that Jr. is saying that I did this in Hurricane Florence, and it's not Hurricane Florence. He never actually said that.
He didn't.
So, come on. If you're trying to explain one maybe dishonest thing you did
with another,
don't be dishonest again. Here's what I think you should do: move on. I mean, get over it. That's what you're going to be angry about. I've seen worse things about Anderson Cooper than whether he was really in deep water or not.
I like this. I want to get to this. Do you see about the two Asian guys? At McDonald's.
I did.
I thought it was great. This was
Big
out
Macs.
about a week or two, and they were at McDonald's in Pearland, Texas, and they noticed that McDonald's had these big signs in the restaurant, and it showed families and people enjoying their product, advertising. It's great. They noticed there were blacks and Hispanics and whites, and there were no Asians.
Oh,
so he and his buddy took
in the middle of Texas.
Professional level, it's odd, isn't it? Professional level, like photographs of them in a McDonald's, with like holding a McDonald's cup and a burger or whatever like that.
They made a big poster.
And they made a big poster, and they put it up on the wall in this particular McDonald's. And it was there for like 50-some days.
Yeah, that's what's funny about it. They had pictures of themselves sitting in front of it. Like,
that's us.
It's funny.
And it probably would still be there, but they finally tweeted it, and McDonald's reached out.
Immediately tore it down.
Right? No, they didn't. They were on the Ellen show, and that helped. But so what McDonald's did is they said, "Hey, that's great. We love it, and we're going to use these two guys in an upcoming campaign. And by the way, we're going to pay you guys $25,000 each for the use of your face in your photograph." And then they took the photograph down because they're doing some remodeling.
Sure.
But they're
that wall. It's weird.
Yeah, it's odd, And the remodeling was replacing it with another picture of some white people, and they're going to auction that photograph off. The proceeds will go to the Ronald McDonald House. I thought that was cool.
You know what I noticed? I haven't seen Ronald McDonald around much, and in fact, I was.
That's true.
I went to Ohio yesterday,
recently,
actually, and I was in a McDonald's, and they had some other kids club. It was like two characters that
you'd never seen before.
Yeah, and it's weird. It wasn't Ronald McDonald.
Huh.
I think some of their clowns, I mean, much like Brett Kavanaugh, have old high school sex allegations against them.
Maybe.
I'm serious.
Well, I don't know. I read somewhere that the National McDonald, the guy that does that, the commercials and all that, he makes about $400,000 a year.
I don't think he does it anymore.
Yeah. And the local McDonald's that do regional stuff can make up to 40,000.
Yeah,
as
pretty
part-time
sure we've
jobs.
talked about it on the show before.
We have.
So
I just wanted to
go
say
look
it
that
again.
one up. We're out of time.
Really?
Yeah. See you next week.
All right. Search and discover.